This morning, we are celebrating each of you who have filled the space where there was a missing piece. We are celebrating each of you who have rolled up your sleeves, stretched, learned new skills, navigated new relationships, and served our community, making our Sunday service a welcoming and dynamic time of community connection and spiritual growth. So we have a gift for you. So when your name is called, and Rev Rafer and I are going to do this together. So when your name is called, please come forward and get your gift and be recognized and celebrated.
And I'm going to ask that we hold the applause until the end, because there are so many of you. We will be here all week if we start applauding every time. And I'm also going to recognize folks that have served that are not here. Okay, so the first one on the list is Andrea Brockfeld, who has moved on to other things, and she participated as a board member, as a musician, and I'm not sure what else. Iodeli McClenny, who is one of our practitioners who is currently on a leave taking care of her personal self. She has served as a licensed practitioner, as a host, as a speaker, on the video tech team. And the first one that's here in the room is B. Amon James, licensed practitioner. Now see, y'all don't listen. Amon has been one of our readers. He is one of our licensed practitioners. He has been a presider. He is given as a musician, and he has served on our board of trustees. Thank you. Cindy Risser has served as a reader, a hospitality team member, and I'm not sure what else. If I missed anything, just let me know so we can get it in the room. Someone who's not here, Claudette Gadsden. She has served on our video tech team. She's also served on our board of trustees. She also serves at the organizational level. Let's see, Claudia Jaffa, are you here? No. Claudia has served as one of our readers. Dale Kane serves as one of our readers, serves on our board of trustees, and one of the things that's not on the list that people sign up for is our ushers, which Dale serves every time she's here. Thank you, Dale. Danielle Wong, are you here? Danielle Wong serves on our hospitality team. Thank you, Danielle. Borrow this a minute. Deborah Ellis serves as a reader, as one of our hosts, as a licensed practitioner, and serves at the organizational level. Thank you. Okay, now you can go back to your job. Don Henderson. Come up here, Don Henderson. See, we're going to take a moment here because he does a lot of things nobody knows he does. All right. Well, I'm not telling them that stuff. Your secrets are safe with me. Aside from doing our video tech team, Don processes the videos after every Sunday service, dividing out the Sunday talk, dividing out the prayers, dividing out the songs. He also manages our Google account for the whole for our part of the organization. And he is the go-to guy for all things, Don, why is this doing this? He publishes all of our podcasts. He uploads everything to YouTube. He truly is the wizard behind the curtain. Thank you, Don. And I want to recognize someone who's no longer with us, Donald Lewis, who was one of the leads for our reader program and organizing that, and just an all-around amazing human being. Dr. Lisa Gordon, one of our readers and one of our hosts. Thank you. Ebony English, who is new to our welcome team, but is, you have to have a hug. Hugs are mandatory, just so you know. Ebony is off at a family reunion, but she sends her love and her appreciation. Eugene Holden, who is no longer with us, he's moved on to a different community, served as one of our licensed practitioners. Felicia Taylor. So I want to tell you something about Felicia here. Typically, she is a paid musician, and she is donating 100% of her time for the Peace and Wellness Festival as a performer. Thank you, Felicia. Frank Mastoris, Reverend Frank Mastoris. He has served as one of our licensed practitioners, as one of our presiders, as one of our readers. He has given talks, and he's going to give a whole lot more. Thank you, Reverend Frank. Gabrielle Dandy Horn, one of our readers. Recently come back to our community. So glad you're back. Welcome. Gary Hartnett. And here's the thing, even though they're paid musicians, the amount of rehearsal and practice and organization they do, we couldn't possibly pay them for all of that. Gary is also donating his time for the Peace and Wellness Festival as a performer. Harry Leffman, one of our readers, one of our board members. Idalia Romero, who is, I believe, in Rochester, New York right now, one of our readers, one of our licensed practitioners. Thank you, Idalia. Jamie Hudson Craig, who's not here today, but here she was on our, she served as a presider, she served on our board. Jamie donates, every time you see Jamie here doing music, her time is donated. She accepts nothing other than the gratitude of you for what she does. Thank you, Jamie. The young man back there behind the laptop, Jesse Dabbs. Jesse's seriously holding down the video team these days. And see, this is the kindness of this young man. He texted Dawn during the week and said, how about you just enjoy the service and I'll do the video stuff. I love that I get to embarrass him because he didn't know that was coming. You're welcome, Jesse. Jody Davidson, are you here? No. Jody has served on, I believe she served on our board. She has served as our reader and as a host. Joe Thompson, are you here? No. Hey, Joe. Joe has served on our hospitality team. Thank you, Joe. Karen Brown, did you make it this morning? No. Okay. Hey, Karen Brown. I'll have a bring yours by and watch a game with you, honey. Laura Service. You know, here's the thing. You have the last name of Service, you just kind of there. She has served on our welcome team, our hospitality team, on our board of trustees, and all things. Oh, that needs to be done. Let me get that. Thank you, Laura Service. Mary Jane Thompson, one of our readers, served on our board of trustees. Have you done the hosting? Not yet. Okay. I like that response. Mary Ann Marcelek, one of our licensed practitioners and one of our readers, I believe. And she currently serves on our board of trustees. Megan Rivera, one of our readers, and she gave birth to our drummer. It just came through my head, so it came out my mouth. Mindy Derrick, one of our readers on our hospitality team, and recently launched into the bravery of being one of our hosts. Nancy Wilson, new to our welcome team. And Nancy pads it with bringing Tom, who hasn't signed up for anything, but Tom is in there. He's like, what do you need help with? Let me get that, let me get that, let me get that. So he's like learning on the fly, but he is so helpful. Thank you, Tom. Rebecca Bell, are you here? No. Okay. Rebecca is one of our licensed practitioners. She is one of our readers, and she serves as one of our hosts. Reggie Cap. I'm pretty sure at some point you've done all of these, have you not? So video, audio, reader, welcome team, hospitality team, licensed practitioner, presider, musician, and board of trustees. I'm just saying. Slacker. Yeah, really, Reggie, come on. Reverend Jenna Wexler, serves as one of our licensed practitioners, a presider, and occasionally one of our speakers. Thank you. Rita Miller is not here with us this morning, but she is head of our hospitality team right now. She's online. Hey! Glad you're with us, Miss Rita. Robin Fahrenholt is currently serving on our board of trustees, and as one of the and the wise crack person from head of the Peanut Gallery. She's also serving as the co-chair for our part of the Peace and Wellness Festival. So thank you. Sarah Bridgette didn't make it. Sarah is new to our welcome team. Susan Field, not with us this morning. She has served on our hospitality team. Sylvia Hartnett. Sylvia serves on our hospitality team. Things that aren't on the list that Sylvia does is she's joining with Deborah and Gary in the visioning so far, and she helps Gary schlep all his toys. Thank you, Sylvia. Tom Davidson, not with us. Tom has served on our welcome team. Tom Kapp also serves on our welcome team. And I believe he's head of the spiritual cheer department for the Ravens. Pretty sure. Tony Matheson has served on our hospitality team. Von Dabbs, my audio guy. I would be so insane if I did not have Vaughn back there, because I would be trying to run back and forth, and I'd be thinner, but I'd be crazy. And Zeta Johnson Betts, who is suffering through lounging on the beach in Florida right now with her family. Yeah. Poor thing. Somebody had to do it. It had to be Zeta. Zeta serves on our video tech team. She serves as one of our readers, and she serves on our board of trustees. Now, please applaud the craziness out of one another. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the first thing is to speak to you, sir. is an amazing journey to get from where you was to where you is. An amazing journey. I know just a little bit about it, but I don't know about yours. But here's what I do know, is that today you are stepping through a new portal into an unknown space. And there will be moments where you question your own sanity for ever saying yes to this. There will be moments where woundedness that you don't even know you're carrying shows up. And so as I thought about a gift that I could give you that would carry you through those moments, what came to me was a song that Michael Gott wrote when he was grappling with saying yes. Move in the direction of your dreams. And so, I'm going to invite you to come here. And this song applies to all of us because everybody has dreams. And things come up. Have a seat there, sir, because now the spotlight is on you. And so from my heart, and God as Michael Gott, this is for you and you. Don't you think you owe it to yourself to look inside of you, to take the time to do? Don't you think the time has finally come to stand and face the fire, to walk into the blazing sun and claim your heart's desire? You were placed upon this earth with a mission to complete. Now the time has come, so stand up strong and claim your destiny. You must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. Or even when there is no hope, or so it seems, move in the direction of your dreams. Do you think that you're not good enough to be a shining star? Or do you think because the road looks tough that you won't get that far? Do you believe that only some are great and others left for chance? Or maybe that it's just too late, a futile circumstance? You were placed upon this earth with a mission to complete. Now the time has come, so stand up strong and claim your destiny. You must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. For even when there is no hope, or so it seems, move in the direction of your dreams. And when the world feels like it's crashing all around you, and the clouds of doubt are darkening your day, well then just be still and know that there's something deep within you that will always, always know the way. must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. Or even when there is no hope, or so it seems, move in the direction of your dreams. Of your All right. Now we get down to business. Actually, I have to turn on my pocket. Un momento. Robes were not meant for technology. All right, sir. Now you can stand up and get rid of this. And here's this, because you're going to have some things to say. All right. Can you turn that down, Felicia? Because I can't get near it. You can just turn it all the way down for now. Yeah. Board of Trustees, licensed practitioners, members, and friends. We have come to the time in our service to install this minister of religious science as the official assistant minister of this member community of Centers for Spiritual Living. On August 27th, Frank Mastoris, licensed religious science practitioner and ministerial school graduate, sat before a panel of 3 ordained ministers of Centers for Spiritual Living to demonstrate his readiness for licensure as a minister of religious science with Centers for Spiritual Living. He passed unanimously, and as such, official notification has been communicated by the Centers for Spiritual Living in Golden, Colorado, that he is now officially Reverend Frank Mastoris. A licentiate minister of Centers for Spiritual Living. A minister of religious science within Centers for Spiritual Living acts in a threefold capacity in fulfilling the ministerial office. Every minister of Centers for Spiritual Living must first receive licensure and recognition as a practitioner of religious science before they may enter ministerial school, be licensed, and then be ordained as a minister. Therefore, you serve always as a practitioner to the needs of the people when called upon to do so.
Absolutely.
You serve as an official and accredited teacher of religious science. As the assistant minister of this center, you serve under the guidance and supervision of your senior minister, whose authority is granted by the charter granted to this center by the Leadership Council of the Centers for Spiritual Living, Golden, Colorado. And third, you serve as a spiritual leader within this community, sharing in the ecclesiastical functions of the center by conducting spiritual services, performing assigned ministerial functions, providing pastoral care, prayer, and ministering to the spiritual needs of the community members who come to you for support and guidance. It is now my honor to present to the Board of Trustees and the members of Columbia Greater Baltimore Center for Spiritual Living, Reverend Frank Mastoris, to be duly installed as the assistant minister of this center. This is the charge to Reverend Frank. Earlier you heard our declaration of principles. Do you accept these principles and promise to adhere to them and make them the basis of your teaching?
I do.
Do you so consecrate yourself to the ministry that you will do your utmost at all times to reflect the Christ within in all that you think, say, and do?
I do.
Do you so dedicate yourself that you will be constantly aware of the Spirit within all people, and that you will see only the perfect spiritual person, perfect mind, perfect in body, perfect in spirit?
I do.
And do you promise to minister faithfully and lovingly to the people now committed to your charge, and to seek ever to be an example of moderation, patience, and loving kindness?
I do.
May the infinite Spirit, which empowers you to do all things, grace you with the strength to faithfully perform these commitments and to live the vision of this center and the visions of Centers for Spiritual Living. Now, I'm going to ask the board members to please stand where you are. You are the individuals who have been duly elected to serve our community as the Board of Trustees. Not only do you oversee the business affairs of our center, your individual and collective awareness establishes a consciousness for the entire community. Do you promise to follow the light of truth in all your interactions with Reverend Frank, seeking at all times to be aware of what is right rather than who is right? Do you accept Reverend Frank as your assistant minister, as a spiritual leader within this community, and as a teacher? Yes. Thank you. You may be seated. Licensed practitioners and other ministers, please stand where you are. Yeah, some of you are going to get some exercise. Reverend Frank knows and understands the role of a licensed practitioner as part of the ecclesiastical team, establishing and maintaining a continual consciousness of the spiritual vision of the center. He is also aware that you also carry out most of your work in the great and powerful silence, and that the fruits of your work are manifest as demonstrations in the lives of yourself, your clients, and this center. As ecclesiastical colleagues, do you promise to give your friendship, your love, and your spiritual support to Reverend Frank? And do you promise to follow the light of truth in all your interactions with Reverend Frank, seeking at all times to be aware of what is right rather than who is right? And do you accept Reverend Frank as your assistant minister, as a spiritual leader within this community, and as a teacher? Thank you. You may be seated for a minute. And so now I'm going to ask everybody who considers themselves to be a member of this community to please stand, which includes board members and practitioners. So, you are the life of this center. You are the ambassadors of religious science in this community and the community beyond these walls and our shared internet connection. You are the backbone of the volunteers giving of yourself in service. Do you promise to uphold and practice the principles of religious science and the vision of this center in your interactions with Reverend Frank? If you have a difference of opinion, do you promise to pray first and then contemplate before speaking? Do you accept Reverend Frank as your assistant minister, as a spiritual leader within this community, and as a teacher? Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated.
Oh my God.
So, he's already signed his letter of call. And for those of you who don't know what a letter of call is, it is really a sacred document that outlines not the specifics that are going to be done, but the broad scope of what is to be done. And if he chooses to share that with you, great, but that's his to share if he chooses to. Reverend Frank Mastoris, through the authority vested in me as an ordained minister of Centers for Spiritual Living, Golden, Colorado, acting on behalf of the Columbia Greater Baltimore Center for Spiritual Living as their senior minister, I do install you here and now as the assistant minister of Columbia Greater Baltimore Center for Spiritual Living with all the rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining to your office. Always remember that you are, and each person you serve is, an intentional, one-of-a-kind, exquisitely individualized, unrepeatable physical emanation of the infinite itself in form. Above all else, seek to know this self. Then teach, love, and minister to the people from this knowing. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Reverend Rafe asked me to prepare a few comments about my path and what I've learned over the time that I've been here. And I didn't realize it was going to be a whole talk, so he just said, "Oh, you're doing the talk today." Okay. So here we go. And then I said to him earlier, I wish I known it was going to be a full talk. He said, "You've been writing this for your whole life." And he's right. I have been writing this my whole life. I grew up, this is going to be the gory details, and this is the only gory details I'm going to share. I grew up in an alcoholic, abusive home with a father who used to come home drunk and beat on us just because we existed. And I grew up with a mother who had epilepsy, and she had seizures daily. They could not get away to control her seizures. So she would have a seizure daily, if not more than, if one or more every day. So she was not a very functional mother. Early in my life, I learned that I had to be right there to do everything. And it was expected as I was growing up that I was going to be there to take care of my mother for her whole life. And I knew that I couldn't really do that. I had to have a life of my own. During college, when I knew that I had to go to college, because at age 3, I knew that my family was crazy. And that I needed to create a life for myself. I can hear my brother on the other end. I'm going to get you for that, because he's probably watching. And I knew that I had to go to school to get a better life for myself. In college, I was looking for God. And I had this overwhelm. I was using prayer, meditation, and at that point, the Bible, because I was Catholic. And I had this overwhelming experience of feeling loved, of energy of love just moving through me, to the point that I felt that I was love itself. And that lasted for 6 months. It wasn't a short-term burst event. It was a long period. And when it ended, I had what was called the dark night of the soul in the mystics tradition. In the mystic tradition, the dark night of the soul is a period of complete not feeling connected to God. A place of wandering, a place of journeying, a place of almost being in the desert, like the Israelites were in the desert, wandering for 40 years. That was pretty much a large part of where I was. And at that time, I felt the call to be a minister. I was studying business at the time. I'm about as much of a business person as nobody. And I was very angry. And being Catholic at the time, the call came and I said, I looked at going into the priesthood and I thought, well, let's see. I certainly don't want celibacy. That's a non-starter right up at the top. Obedience to the teachings, the social teachings of the Catholic Church was not on my name tag, okay? It was not happening. I could not be that much of a hypocrite to say, yes, oh yeah, I'm going to be celibate. Oh yeah, I'm going to follow what they tell me. No, I could not. So I let go of my call and just went on with my life. Long and the short of it, you can't run from God, no matter how much you try, because God is always there in you. And every time I would close my eyes, I would hear some semblance of that call, a call to love, a call to give. When are you going into the ministry? No, I'm not going to do that, okay? And then I started looking for something else because I was doing commercial property management in California. So I ended up in nursing. And I got a vision that nursing was going to be part of my path. So I started. Here I am 37 years later, about ready to retire from nursing. I had, at that point, in the 1992, I found religious science. I got in California, and I can't say I loved it at first because I didn't understand it because it was coming from a Catholic background. And God, when I got in there, I said, damn, here I go again. I'm going to go for this. And I went through everything and became a practitioner. In 2002, I'm just going to share this, something happened, and I realized that I didn't feel like I was capable of being a practitioner. And I actually started travel nursing, and I released my practitioner license at that point and started doing travel nursing. It was a great time, and I realized that I did it partly because I was trying to find a place closer to my family, but not right there. Because at that point, my 18-year-old nephew had died by suicide. And I wanted to be closer to my family because when I went home for the funeral, nobody talked to me. They didn't know me. Even my brother didn't talk to me. And I was like, okay, maybe it's time to move a little closer. Best thing I ever did. So I traveled around, and every month I would go home to help care for my mother. She was not a happy camper. She yelled at me, cussed at me, told me to go away, but I did it anyway. And when she died, I had no regrets that I had not done enough for her. I had done more than enough. At that point, I had to the call came again, and I kept fighting it. So that meant taking 2 more classes again, including From Whence We Came, which is probably the class I disliked the most. And Prac 1 and 2 again, and became a practitioner again in another center. The call was there. I can't run from it. There's only so much you can run from God, okay? And, well, here I am. The things I want to share with you are, number 1, when you get that direct revelation from God, you're a choice. You can do whatever you want, but you're probably never going to get away from God, even if you wanted to. And that call is always going to be there. Number 2, I learned to love myself and all my humanity. And in learning to love my own humanity, I learned to love everybody else in their humanity. Because for too long, if I didn't love myself enough to be able to say, okay, I can love you with all your faults and all your foibles and all the stuff that's going on there. And I give that to God, and I give that to my beloved husband who loved me through my stuff. I always say to him, I'm sorry I'm so hard to live with. He goes, oh, you're easy. I'm going, yeah, that and $3 to get you a cup of Starbucks, okay? Cup of coffee. And the last thing I want to share with you is during the time of going through school, my husband had a health issue, and my brother had some health issues. My brother had a heart attack. And in the recovery process in 2019, They realized because of his work as an industrial painter, he needed bilateral lung transplants. COVID hit. Everything shut down. The doctor he needed to see for the pulmonologist left. The insurance company wouldn't approve it. Then the insurance company approved it. Then he got another pulmonologist. Then he had to go through all the process to do it. And finally, in 2023, when I thought my brother was going to die because his hands and his fingers and his ears and his nose were purple and his skin was gray, on a Friday, he got put on the transplant list. And on Monday, he got the transplant. When I pray, I'm stubborn. And I'm going to flat out tell you, I am stubborn. I ain't taking no for no answer. The one thing that came to me, and I think it was from Ernest Holmes, but I got this from somewhere. If you did not know the truth in your time of need, then you didn't know the truth. So, if you have a need, hang on, brother, and keep knowing the truth. If you have a need, don't stop praying. If you have a need, keep pushing. I've never been exactly kind to God. There are times I wanted to bitch slap him. If he were a physical person, I wanted to go, ah! Finding, of course, later on, of course, as I became a religious scientist, that it's me. It was my resistance in the way of my truth manifesting. So I want to call on each of you to love yourself. First, number one, love yourself just the way you are. Number two, pray like the Dickens and don't stop. And if you think it's not going to happen, turn to a practitioner and get over it, because it's going to happen. And number three, love yourself, please. Most importantly, love you. Remember when I did the sermon a while back and I talked about finding the love song of your heart? I want you to find a love song, to love yourself just as you are, just the way you are, because you're all just perfect the way you are. Now, I may not always like everybody's behavior. I don't even like my own half the time. So, but that's okay. Love yourself. That's all I can say. And thank you.